Hello folks, Sean Mize here. I just really feel compelled to pop in and share something with you today. Over the course of the last 24 hours, I've just got this incredible sense that so many people, possibly you, are holding yourself back because you compare yourself to people that have followings, they have courses, they already have an established start. And so I want to pour something into you today. I want to show you how I got started from absolute scratch, and I want to show you how I'm restarting something from, obviously it's not absolute scratch because I have an audience, you're watching that audience, but I'm actually doing some things in some channels where I might as well be pretty much from scratch. And I want to show you some things because I believe you can do what I'm doing if you'll lean in and give it that extra effort. So let me share my desktop with you. Let me pop over to it. Let me pop over to my desktop. Okay. And what I just took some notes here this morning, literally on a sheet of paper. I'm over here at the coffee shop. This is the desk, and I just when I got started, this was 2006. I started with e-zine articles, which is like, if you weren't born then, that's like Medium today or Substack or, think about like a big blog website. I would just write these articles, so 10 articles a day. I want to be really clear that was about 6 to 7 hours of writing every single day. And then I would spend about an hour uploading those articles. And I say that not because I'm bragging about the time, but because I want to impress on you that this is hard work. Okay? Because I see so many people that they get started, they do it an hour a day for a few days, they're not getting magical results, and then they quit. I don't want that for you. I did, basically the system that I used was, and it was an opt-in form. You've seen opt-in forms before. Once someone opted in with a name and email, they would get an email from me pretty much every single day. All right, I would write an email and tell them what's going on in my world, or tell them I wrote 10 articles today, or whatever. And then I got into a habit that I've pretty much stayed into for 18 years, and that's of creating about one product a month, every single month. With the exception of last year, I might have only created 6 products. For the first 16 years, I pretty much created a new product every single month after my first 2 months. I did that from scratch, folks. Fast forward 18 years, I've created a product every single month. Earlier this year, frankly speaking, I got burnt out on some things. I just got burnt out of teaching some of the same things that I've been teaching, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to start from scratch with topic. Obviously, I had audience. And I thought, what do I want to teach? And I'm like, wow, I want to teach big thinking. And so I said, we're going to do a 5-day challenge. I did a 5-day challenge on big thinking, and then people loved the idea of a 5-day challenge. So next week I taught on how to do a 5-day challenge, and a week, or maybe it was 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks later I taught on something else. And the crazy thing is, in the last 4 months, I've created 10, maybe 12 different products. And when I say from scratch, they're basically from scratch. I turn on Zoom, I do a recording. It's really just that easy. Okay, let's pop back over here. So now I'm saying, look, I want to develop a brand new traffic source. And by the way, this is what I did my first 2 or 3 years. You could see I joined March 2, 2006. I wrote about 1,500 of these, and then I hired article writers. I hired about 100 VAs over time. One team probably did 22,000 of the articles, and I think at the time I was paying $4 or $5 per article, and I paid somebody $1 to upload them. Okay. And by the way, you do the math, that's $120,000. I didn't spend $120,000 up front. I spent $100. I'd go make a few sales, make $200. I'd spend $200 on articles. I'd go make $500 in sales. So I was just pouring the money right back in. But I want to talk about traffic for today? Where would you go for traffic today? Well, you might go to Medium. You might go to LinkedIn. You might go to YouTube. You might go to Instagram. You might go to Facebook. You might go to school. So one of the first things I would suggest is to choose one. Any of those places, if you'll follow whatever the process is for that place, I truly believe you can do amazing things, and you can do it from scratch. I want to show you two things that I'm basically doing from scratch perspective. Okay, now when I say from scratch, I'm going to show you LinkedIn, and I'll actually show you my profile on LinkedIn. Okay, and so when you see my profile, you go, well, you have 6,400 followers already. You're right. But for the most part, I'm doing nothing with those followers. So what I did a week ago is I said, I'm going to write some posts, and I am just going to meet new people in my feed that are commenting. I'm going to comment on their work. I'm going to tell them how wonderful they are. Okay, not in a lying, manipulative way, but I'm going to find something good about their work. And I'm going to see if I can attract them to come comment on my stuff. These are the results. Okay, and I actually created a before and after. A week ago, my 3 top posts had 132 impressions, 79, and 49. This week, my top posts got 790, 316, and 305. I think if you do the math, it's a 5 times increase in 1 week. And again, I already had the account, but it's basically from scratch. All these people that are coming, 80, 90% of my likes are coming from new people that I've been commenting on their work. It's a from scratch strategy. Now, if you were in school or Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or Twitter or X or Discord or anywhere else, there'd be a different strategy for each one of those places. I'm just showing you what I've done in LinkedIn, and now it's 901. In the other screen it was 790. So if you look at 901 from 132, that's like a 7 times increase or 6.5 times increase. And I'm going to show you these posts. They're so simple. It's just a short article that gives some good advice with what we call a carousel. And I just created these carousels right in 39 likes so far, just in Canva. If you just go to Canva and then say create LinkedIn carousel, you'll probably even see this template. I just made this from a template. So I just did 3 of these this week. That's the process from scratch. Okay. By the way, I've actually created a course now that teaches that process 100% exactly, and I'll tell you about it in just a moment. Okay, and I'm also going to show you something that's actually pretty embarrassing. How many of you are on Instagram? Most of you probably have more followers than me. How many of you would agree that this is basically from scratch when you only have 120 followers? Okay. I'm planning to do the same thing with Instagram as I've done with LinkedIn, and do them both side by side, because I can post the same things to Instagram that I post on LinkedIn. Okay? And then there's going to be some additional strategy. So for Instagram, I plan on doing a follower strategy, pretty intense strategy, which I will also teach in the course that I'm going to tell you about. I haven't taught it yet. The lessons for the LinkedIn are already in that course. But I just want you to see today that this is from scratch. Like, I started it like 2 years ago, and I've made 10 posts that only have 120 followers. I want you to see this because this is from scratch. This was practically from scratch a week ago, with the exception of the fact that I had driven the followers in. All right, let me go back to my notes. I want to wrap this up because I think this is really important. I shouldn't show this to you, but I'm going to. These are my 3-day launch stats for the last 2 days. So I created a brand new product from scratch to show what I'm doing right here. That's all it is. Just like, let me look you in the eyes here, folks. Just like you could do from scratch in your business, from scratch, showing people whatever it is that you teach. Like, there is no excuse and no reason that you can't make a course much like the course that I've made. Okay? And these are the launch stats. These are the sales. Okay? I'm just being really transparent. And this is, all of these are coming from the course 45 orders, 13 bumps, and then just a handful of upsells. The biggest reason there's only a handful of upsells is because I open up PayPal, and you can see that PayPal is kind of dominating here. But here's what I want you to see. For those of you that are advanced marketers, if you're a beginner marketer, you don't understand what I'm getting ready to say, just fast forward by 1 minute. But for you that are an advanced marketer, I learned a long time ago that whenever I launch something, I want to make 2.5 to 3 times as much money as whatever the initial sale is. So my initial sales are $400, but my back end revenue is over $1,000. Okay, it means my back end revenue is 2.5 times the front end. So it's a total of 3.5 times. So we're triple times a half the revenue on the front end. Here's the thing. If this doesn't show you it can be done from scratch and that you can do it too, I don't know what does. At some point, you have to decide. You simply have to decide. I'm going to do it, or I'm going to sit on the sidelines. I don't know how to be more direct and be kind. I did it 20 years ago. I'm doing it today. You can follow in my footsteps 2 weeks behind me. Okay? And I'll show you the course. This is the course that I've created. I'll put this link in the description below the video. This is the course. I want you to also notice how simple the sales page is. This is a picture of the course. These are the lessons that are inside of the course. This is the bump offer that about 25% of people are taking the bump offer. Okay, this is 22 emails. This is this is 3 or 4 hours worth of, this is 3 or 4 hours of training, watching me write the first 22 emails in an email campaign. It's powerful, powerful training. Okay, this is the pricing on the course. But I want you to notice something. If you use this coupon code today, then you can be part of the launch stats, and there's a big discount. Okay. I can't tell you anything else except you're only 2 weeks behind me in doing the actual work. If there's ever been a time for you to start from scratch and take off, it's right now. Go below the video, get the course, go into the course. Don't let it sit on your hard drive. It's like 4 hours worth of training. Get the course, study the course, and then here's the most important part. Take action and do the course. Take action and do the course.